Nou, ik ben Ilse en ik ben vandaag model voor Theo.
Ja.
Het is de tweede keer dat Theo mij gaat knippen. Ik ben een hele tijd op zoek geweest naar een goede kapper. Gelukkig heb ik Theo gevonden.
Yeah. Ilse is modeling for the first time. She's also a customer of mine. And she really loves the hairstyles I make her. And now she's in for something new.
Yes.
Een rondje draaien. She turns around to show you how her hair is now. Hoe lang geleden heb je deze geknipt?
19 maart.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Okay, let's start on you. Hello friends on YouTube. Cut myself a model. Now you saw some videos that I did for charity last week. And we earned in that week about 3,700 euros. And give it all away to the food bank. So they're very happy with that. It killed me a bit because it was 2 days ultra hot and 1 day ultra cold and rainy. But I survive like I always do. So now I'm gonna concentrate on this beautiful young lady. She has a lot of hair and it's ultra warm. So I'm gonna give her a more trendy hairstyle. Start by wetting the hair. Ja,
Ja,
relaties.
het is wat.
Ja, het is wat, ja. Nou, het is wel gaaf dat we het hebben natuurlijk.
Zeker, ja. Ik ben er ook al heel blij mee hoor.
Ik ook. Ik heb het heel fijn met mijn vrouw. Het is mijn beste vriendin. Maar dat vind ik ook leuk dat ze dat is.
Ja, precies. Ik ben nu 5 jaar getrouwd.
Ik al 30. Okay, gonna part the hairs just above the fold of the skull. Have to be aware of everything I can see between the hairs, because there's always something that's hiding, and when you don't watch into the hairs, you get a problem with that. So she has little scars, and I don't want to give them away, of course, to you, but I want to give her the shortest hairstyle she can get. So I have to get that in my mind, in my mindset, and play with that and watch what I do. Comb. Hold my comb in the position of the eyebrow. And gently push in the opposite lines. So lift the hairs up. And take roughly off about 3 centimeters, 3.5. A little more than an inch. And summertime in Holland, I think we go for a nice gold blonde color. Because the greyish colors are gone, thank God for that. Young people that look like old women.
Ja.
And always have to fight to stay in the cool colors. Around the ear. Free the ear. Go in the chin line. Gently go up. Create a nice soft line. Slice a little bit the front, so get even softer line. Go with the line behind the ear, and also there push up the lines.
Zwart is soms basis, maar verder.
Ja, maar is ook makkelijk hè, als
Ja.
basiskleur.
Er moet altijd iets knallends bij.
Ja, leuk. You see me always pushing with my comb in the opposite lines of the hairs. It's much easier to do, and you can cut the hair much nicer because you're always in the opposite lines working, so you get a better fall into the hairs. Go over the rounding of the skull. Watch where the skull bone is. And always watch the things I really like about the person who's in my chair. So I think she has really beautiful ears. And her earrings are also very nice. So all the things, there can be inspiration when you work. Because especially now, we have no mirror, so we cannot see each other into the eyes. And she has really blue eyes, so thank God for that. Otherwise, I would go into the Mediterranean. And I'll stay in Holland this year. But yeah, I have brown eyes, so.
Yeah.
And my children have blue again.
Oh.
Both.
Yeah. Yeah, well, my husband and my children all have blonde hair and blue eyes.
Okay.
My oldest son has really white hair.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can have that also if you want to.
No, I don't know. I'll see.
Clean the contour a bit because there's a little bit of crown area into this line, so I have to get rid of the underlines. And because it's a bit wavy, take the fine part of my comb, push against the hairs again, and gently take off a little bit of the length. It's just a little bit easier to do than scissor over comb techniques. Wetting in between. Turn a bit. So, over the center of the skull. Part hairs. Watch at the roundings of the skull. Go in and lift up. So I take the same rounding as the hair fall is. And the nice thing of a neckline is that it's out of center. And I'm gonna use that because I really love natural shapes because they grow back nicer. So I can use these natural shapes also. Heb je zelf wel eens heel licht blond haar gehad?
Ja, ik heb het wel eens tot wit gehad.
Oké.
En net met een paarse glans eroverheen.
Oh ja, zo'n violetje.
Ja.
Ja.
Dat is ook leuk. Dus ja, ik heb van alles gehad.
Ja, leuk is dat, hè?
Ja, heerlijk.
Ja, want ik denk dat je ook met jouw kleur ogen, als je dadelijk in de herfst oranje kleuren gaat doen, is ook heel mooi.
Ja.
Dan krijg je keihard blauwe ogen van. Talking about the colors you had in her hair, so go to autumn, and I think when copper colors really suits her nicely because then the color of her eyes will plop out. See how nice soft scissor over comb is? It's much softer than when you do it with a clipper. And it's real good for your skills because you practice your skills when you do this. So now I'm over the center of the skull. And I have to go to the left side, on one side, lay the hair back, wetting a bit. Take the same line, just above the fold of the skull. hairs to the side. Take my clips. So now I can work to the front again. Go in where I left the hair. Lekker rustgevend hè, dit hè?
Ja, heerlijk.
Dat is een heel ander geluid als tondeuzen dit.
Ja. Nou, een beetje rust mag wel eens hoor.
Ja, zeker. Het is fijn toch?
Ja. Vaak genoeg gillende kinderen en zulke soort dingen. Dus,
Hoe oud zijn jouw kinderen?
4 en bijna 2.
Oh ja, dat maakt nog een hoop herrie.
Ja.
Die hebben we nu ook bij achterburen. We hebben nieuwe achterburen.
Ah, kijk.
Eerst hadden we Hyacinth, een oudere dame, die kletste heel veel. En die is overleden. En nu is het huis verkocht en nu hebben we jonge kinderen achter ons wonen. Met een trampoline. En
Oh ja.
druk. Maar en dat hier. Dat is leuk.
Ja, ook weer wat nieuw leven.
Ja, dat is echt leuk. Dan kunnen we op zien groeien.
Ja.
En jouw leeftijd kinderen is ook leuk. Die zijn nog buiten en die zijn nog aan het ontdekken.
Ja.
Talking about the kids in the meantime.
Ja, ze zijn bezig met beestjes.
Ja, dat is
Allemaal.
mooi.
Ja, lieveheersbeestjes.
Ja.
Ga zo maar door.
Ik vroeger ook, dan zette ik een lint uit in de tuin.
Ja.
En dan ieder had zijn eigen dierentuin. En dan kregen ze een vergrootglas. En dan moesten ze roepen welke beesten ze zagen.
Oh, oké.
Nou ja, met een vergrootglas lijkt bijvoorbeeld een pissebel lijkt een schildpad.
Ja.
En een dinges, een worm is een slang en dat soort dingen. Kinderen maken er hele fantasie van.
Ja.
Dat is heel erg leuk.
Het is heerlijk.
Nee, zeker niet. Dat is ook best moeilijk te vinden. Je moet ook begrijpen wat je wil, hè?
Ja.
Lay the head to the back again. Go in with my tip. Also here the hair is a little bit thicker because here's the little scar. So I want to cover that a bit. But not behind the ears, so there I go short again. Heb jij een zoompje op je telefoon?
Ik heb het geluid uitgezet, maar blijkbaar wil iemand me toch spreken.
Ja.
Waarschijnlijk van mijn werk. Maar dan kunnen ze rustig even wachten.
Ja.
Ik werk vandaag ook niet, dus.
Nee.
Maar ja.
Maar ja, soms kunnen ze je nog nodig hebben.
Ja, precies. Dus dan heb ik hem voor de zekerheid mee, maar nou ja, als ik niet kan opnemen, dan kan het niet.
Nee. Ik vind het ook belachelijk dat het altijd moet.
Ja. Ik ook.
So now I can free the upper hair and I can work on it. See the difference in length. Do the rest of the cuts with the hot razor of Ergo, so I get a better result of that. First I clean part of the contour. Not leading on the skin, of course, because I want to color the hairs, so I don't want to irritate the skin. Need all the protection it has. Clean this up. And go to the up hair. Prachtig. Wetting the hair, I need this because I'm gonna work with a hot tool. The hot razor is of Ergo. Ergo comes from the United States. And the tool is 190 degrees Celsius. So if you want a hot tool, that's a hot tool. So I'm gonna make a soft upper line. So start softly with a flat knife, taking out a little bit of the weight. I work first in the part in front of the ears, and then work to the front. The nice thing of this tool is that she never gets irritated by the hairs on the skin, because the ends are sealed, so they are soft, nice, feminine, and they feel really nice. Coming behind the ear and on top of the ear, there I go into the roundings, to the back. Well, thick hair is thick. I use only the tip. And I make a balance into the weight of the hairs. And don't force anything, because this tool travels lightly to the hairs. You don't have to do anything. And for those who want to save some money, the tool is around $120. It's about the same in euros, but it saves you knives because they cost around €1 or $1 a knife. And when you work with a hot tool, they last a lot longer. Wiggle it out of each other. Watch at the shapes. Go stand behind so you can see how wonderful it falls. To be moist, otherwise you cannot seal the hairs. Go stand in front of her. Watch where the weight is. Go in with my tip. Then with the flat knife, nou, er komt de trein voorbij. Eindelijk komt de trein voorbij. Kijk, zo mooi die flesjes.
Ja, het geeft een mooi geluid.
Ik vind het een heel mooi geluid.
Het lijkt inderdaad op een trein.
Ja. And it's just like working with clay. Softly take off the parts you want to take off, but see the softness into her face lines. How beautiful, soft the lines will be. Then the strong eyes. Really love it. Finding also the balance in the fringe. Or for the Americans in the bangs. Going to the right side. Again, first part in front of the ear, take it to the back, because the lines always travel in the opposite lines. And gently take off what you think you need to take off, but stay watching. Then above the ears, you get in the same rounding as the natural lines are. And then travel to the back. And created that soft disconnect line. When we started, I told her a bit that it looks a bit like a wig because the hair is that thick that it looks a little bit like a wig.
It isn't.
No, it isn't because it's all around the head. Zitten, leiding make. On the back, I take first on the fold the hairs to the top and pin them away. And then I start in the underlines, traveling in the rounding and go into that flow also with my movement. Zo heerlijk om YouTube van te maken. Dat is gewoon leuk om te doen. I really love to make videos for you because it's so nice to do the job you like to do, but then also explaining what you do, because normally I never talk about what I do as a hairdresser because I'm just talking to my customers or my models, and now we did also because yeah, some models have that, you just want to talk to them. But normally I don't talk about what I do as a hairdresser because yeah, it goes into the flow and I go into the flow and don't, yeah, I am not standing still at that work. But when I do YouTube for you, I have to stand still in what I do. Lay the hairs on the back, natural falling on the roundings, and take the hairs up into that fall. Take every time about a centimeter hair. And you can see how lightly this knife travels through the hairs. So travel into the roundings, go into the flow, and enjoy the lovely shapes the hair will have. And by holding all the lines nice and soft, you get a feminine feeling that I want into this hairstyle. Dus nou, ik go on top. Zo, het is altijd fijn als iemand aan je zit die verder niks van je hoeft.
Ja.
Leave the fringe for what it is. Take the hairs up and top. Twist them around. And then with my hot knife, I give it a slide technique. This way I'm certain that I have a soft line. I never can create a hard line like this. And I take some length off. And I create more fall to the sides because I twist the hairs around. So the more I twist them, the more length they get into the fall to the sides. And with cutting I stay in the center, so that will be the shortest part. This I do till I get just on the crown area. Then I pull the hairs to the front. Only have to do this 3 times. And for those who like to control, you also can control it. Just take up the hairs, take your thumb, be sure that the hair is a bit wet, otherwise you burn your thumb. But see how nicely this is cut without having control like normally do. So I don't take off anything. Now I think this hairstyle is done. So now I can make her a beautiful color. Okay, made the lock make color. It's a 1230 and 1130 with 9% a sturdy volume. Applying this on the hairs. So it's the highlight version. Into it I did a conditioner, so I have the best result afterwards. And on top of this I lay highlights. But first applying, of course, this color.
Ja. Ja, dan probeer je jezelf koel te houden, maar toch ergens...
Nou ja, daar word je verkouden van. En
Ja.
de volgende dag sta je onder zo'n ding met heet.
Ja.
Put this on her skin. And then I take a small part of foil, glue it on that, then lay the hairs back on it, so I can lay the highlights on top of it. You can already see the color developing. But by laying the plastic beneath it, you don't get irritation of the skin. Then I go to my bleach, dip in, so I get small lines. And this black bleach together with violet bleach, also with 9% 30 volume, just to bring highlights into the color. And the nice thing is, because I first worked with a color, highlight color, it's also protecting the hairs beneath it. Cover this up with a garter wig. This to hold colors on place where I want them to be. Then we go for a coffee or tea and just stay there, because we're certainly back in less than a second for you to show you the starting and end result. This close up. Don't use heat because it's warm enough in the studio. Somewhere in the Netherlands. So don't go away. We'll be back. Hello, back from coloring. After 40 minutes we rinse it out. Now I'm gonna use some velvet foam. Apply this on the hairs. In the nursing of the hairs I used a 10. It's a product of Glint. It's a watery conditioner, but it's the most wonderful conditioner I've ever seen in the world. And on curly hair I use it also as a leave-in product. Now I'm going to blow dry this beautiful young lady her hair. Take a medium brush, start on the front. I'm holding all the natural lines. Ja, dat zijn gewoon veel te schoon met z'n allen.
Ja, zeker. Maar een beetje vies zijn is goed voor je.
Zeker. Lekker de combi's van jou.
Wordt toch zoveel beter.
Ja, fijn hè?
Ja.
For sofa blow drying. Now take a little bit crystal turn. It's a product of Goldwell, K.S in the States. Not much, just this amount. Put it between my fingers, and only with my fingers I go through her hair. And the hair really feels lovely. And she can play with hairs every style she wants, because it's very nice to style this hair. I choose the natural lines. I really think it suits her. I really love the golden colors, because they're beautiful new trendy colors. Now so far I did her hair. I thank her for being my model. Thank you for watching. She will turn around to show the end result. We'll see each other next video, when I'll still be a Harley Davidson. Je mag een beetje uitzetten. Dankjewel.
Jij ook bedankt.
Graag gedaan. Ilse is modeling for the first time. She's also a customer of mine, and she really loves the hairstyles I make her. And now she's in for something new.
Yes.
Een rondje draaien. She turns around to show you how her hair is now. Hoe lang geleden hebben we deze geknipt?
19 maart.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Okay, let's start on you.